but that's what happens every time. And then the Patch covered this.
Oh, the Patch.
And
man, did they get it wrong.
I got the Patch article sent to me, and I was like, that's a little weird. It's a little off. They mentioned Restore GT, and I thought there was a lot of coverage on Restore GT about this whole thing, and I don't know where they missed. I don't know where they read it wrong. But at first, it started out like...
It was literally like the opposite of what happened.
Well, at first it was...
No, it wasn't too bad the first. You're right.
It changed several times. The first thing, some of the Republicans reached out and said, we didn't accuse her of writing the article. She signed it.
Right.
We don't want it to sound like...
Right, so the Patch article was saying, the Republicans, or what are they called? The GTP? Or GOP?
Or Camden County. It was Camden County GOP.
Yeah, they accused Councilwoman of writing a letter. No, they didn't. She literally, if you look at the letter, she signed it. That's so that was their argument back. I said we didn't accuse her. She literally did that.
It made it sound like the Camden County Republicans were kind of picking on her, and that she was defending herself. No, they called out what she did and the way that she did it in a non-political election and used her position. They called it out because she signed it.
Right.
Or somebody signed it as her, but she did not deny it. That's what they did. So the Republicans reached out to me. I reached out to the Patch and said, hey, I think you got this wrong a little bit here. This is not what happened. They didn't reach out. Here. I still have a copy of this letter. Here it is. Then they screwed it up.
Then they got it completely wrong.
Screwed it up. All of a sudden, she was calling out Nancy Fritz.
Right.
Who was also elected.
They literally didn't read the letter. They skimmed through for names and then just replaced the names with
they
wrong
got
names.
The names exactly opposite.
Right.
So all of a sudden, like, you were the guy that wasn't mentioned, and the Fritz and those other people.
She was the, what do they call the respected board member of the board or something now is Nancy Fritz, and I think it was John Austin or I forget, whatever. Yeah, it was all opposite names.
Got it wrong.
And you're like, all right, we're just throwing our hands up because.
So then it wasn't the Republicans contacting me; it was like everybody else.
Right.
And they were like, "They got this. Have you talked to these people?" And I was like, "Look, I did mention to them that they got it wrong with the Republican thing, and they switched it, and they're like, it was totally wrong now." And then I think I shot the guy an email back, and I was like, "Look, can you possibly get on the phone?" And the guy was busy, and
the Patch was busy.
The Patch was busy. They write, I don't know, they write one article every 2 weeks. Yeah. They were busy, but the third version of the letter I thought really didn't say anything. But I was like, all right, as long as it's not telling the wrong story, it doesn't even have to tell a story anymore at this point. I just make it go away. But the Patch has always kind of been Patch is a funny thing.
A propaganda rag?
Because the Patch is kind of like, everybody says, the Patch doesn't cover anything. And then when you finally get one person from the Patch that says, hey, I'm new here, that sounds like a really interesting story. And you know when you're talking to them, telling them the story, that they're going to wind up in like New Mexico next week.
Right, they're going to be fired or relocated to
they're going to be relocated
a whole
somewhere
state.
Else. And it happens every single time.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened this time. The guy Josh that wrote it, he said, "Look, I'm new on this beat. I don't really know it all that well, so I'm just kind of getting my feet wet here." And Josh is probably
he's been fired since. I'm sorry, Josh.
He's probably covering fishing up in like Nova Scotia right now. So
ice fishing in the summer.
That's So sorry, Josh. I'm sorry you got thrown into Gloucester Township. But
that's pretty much it.
Thanks for checking out that clip from the Restore GT podcast.
For our full episodes, you can check us out at restoregt.com, or you can find us on YouTube at Restore Glowtwip, GLOTWP.
Yep. See you soon, folks.